pulling off an arena, but he smokes real cigarettes. And yeah, I'm gonna smoke a clove cigarette. Yeah, I'm man enough to smoke a clove cigarette. You don't want a cigarette. If I was gonna do a real arena, I'd get a Zippo lighter. Okay, this will be quick. I always say that about all of them. This one's for the boys, but girls, as always, you can take a lesson from this. You boys are going to be brought up, especially in your teens and 20s, to assume a certain level of maturity on the part of girls that you date. And I'm going to use the word girls because these are not women that we'll be talking about. And what will end up happening, and every guy runs into this at least multiple times, I would think, you're going to run into female hysterics. And there's no way else to describe it but that a woman will get hysterical for no reason. Let me give you an example. I was dating a gal, I forgot what she did. I think she may be a model. I'm not joking. I don't say this to sound, just trust me. I know she was dating like Minnesota Vikings, okay? And this is over a decade ago, so but just trust me. Drop dead gorgeous chick. And picked her up, had to get gas. We were going somewhere. Can't remember where. Went into the gas station to pay. I walked out, and then she was all pissed off and wouldn't even talk to me, getting the silent treatment. And I'm like, well, what's wrong? Is something? Nothing. Well, I keep pushing it. I'm like, well, what happened? And then she blew up at me, literally screaming on the interstate that I was so insensitive not to ask if she wanted a soda or something inside the gas station. Now, at the time, I was stupid enough and not experienced enough to think that I was inconsiderate. And I said, well, I'm sorry. I didn't know. If you want, I can get you one. And then it just escalated, completely irrational, to the point that she started threatening suicide and crying and screaming and kicking my door while I'm driving on the interstate. Now, you look back at it now and you say, well, what the hell? Obviously, she was the one with the problem. But you boys are not brought up to have that independent thought or to have that hindsight. There are other instances, but I don't have to go into them. But whenever you run into such hysterics, you're done. You are gone. You get out of that. That is not a healthy woman. That is a mentally disturbed girl. And why they do it is, we could speculate why they do that. I have a theory that all the girls that have gone and had such female hysterics and threatening of suicide and crying and making mountains out of molehills, they were all drop dead gorgeous. So there could be an element that they're so good looking that men would never question them because they just want to have sex with them because they're that good looking. So society kind of passes them along, and they've never had anyone discipline them or treat them like a normal human being. But speculation aside, it doesn't matter. Any girl that does that, done, gone, psycho, not worth your time. It literally is a form of mental abuse. Not that we're going to go and woe is me, I was mentally abused, but you do not take that. That is like getting hit. That's like getting punched. Some of which the hysterics have ended up with girls hitting me before, like the famous one where I told you the girl when I said I'm not going to sleep with you anymore, she hit me. The larger point, you're not the one who has the problem. These girls have the problem, and I wish I had someone like me telling me this so that when it happened, one, I didn't think I was at fault or I had done something wrong, or that you always blame yourself because we're brought up to be humble. We're brought up to, and it's like, well, geez, what did I do? Or it's such a fantastic display of hysterics. You assume no one would do that unless there had been some grievous violation on your part. I'm telling you, there is none. Okay, you play your game straight. And you're not the one to blame, okay? So 1, don't think it's your fault. 2, realize they are the problem. 3, I don't care how hot she is, and trust me, this girl was that hot, it is not worth not only the mental pain you have to suffer, but the mental damage you're going to incur before, because then you're always like, what did I do? Because again, you're a 23-year-old idiot who hasn't had this. And men will testify to it. Men, if this has happened to you, go ahead and put the comments down below. They will testify that they have ran into this before, and so it's not you. Nothing wrong with you. It's reasonably common. I mean, it's not happens every day, thank God. But I just remembered listening to the radio, and it jogged my memory about just what a painful experience it was to run into these type of girls. And if I was, again, my goal is to make your life easier so you don't make the mistakes I did by telling you the mistakes I did. God bless you. So I hope you have a better life. So toodles, kids.